Hello everyone, welcome back at Coding Hacks. In this video, we are going to work on post create component. According to this mockup, this is the form that we are going to create today. In order to create that, we are going to follow these steps. Firstly, we are going to import Bootstrap via CDN in our project in order to improve some UI aspects of our project. Secondly, we will create a form inside post create component. In the last, we will integrate it with our post microservice. So now let's flip to Visual Studio Code. Right now I am inside VS Code, but to proceed further, let's first import Bootstrap in our project. This is the official website of Bootstrap. You need to click on download button. Here we are going to use Bootstrap CDN in our project. As of now, we just want to implement styling of it. So let's skip the JS file and save only CSS file. Move to index.html file. Now I am in the head section. Here, let's add the link attribute. Save this. Now, I have already created a post create JS file which is empty initially. Inside this, let's import React from React. Now I'll create and export a functional component here. If you don't know what is functional and class components, then you must watch my React course. You can find the link in description. As of now, I am returning simply div. Inside this div, we are going to add HTML form with a text box and a submit button. So let's write some HTML here. An input box. In the last, let's add a button. This is the text that I want to show. Let me change this class to group. Okay. Save this. I am using these classes in order to use Bootstrap styling that we imported earlier. Now, make sure we can display this newly created component inside our root component, that is app.js. In order to do that, we have to import our newly created component. And then inside this div, we are going to use our newly created component, that is post create. Let's add some heading here. Save it. Now we are going to run npm start command in the terminal. See, this is the form that we created now. But in order to provide it space on both sides, let's add a class container to the div. Flip back to browser. Now you can see that there is a space on both sides and it is looking more pretty now. Now it is the time to integrate this newly created component with our post microservice. For that, we are going to add an event listener with our input box to detect any changes that user has made. And once user hit this submit button, then we must have to make a call to our post microservice to save the new post. So switch to post create service. Here, firstly, we are going to make an import to use state. Next, I am going to import Axios. From Axios to make request to our post microservice. Now inside this component, I am going to declare a new piece of state using use state. Initially, value of title and set title is empty. That's why I assigned it to a blank string. Remember, we use that title property and the setter along with our input element right here. Let's add value attribute here with property title. Next, I am going to add on change event listener with this input box. Anytime an event occurs, we want to call set title method. With event dot target dot value. Save this. It is an arrow function. Please correct it here. Now it is the time to add an event listener with our form tag because we want to perform an action on the submission. So let's add on submit and the name of the function is on submit to make things simple. Now it is the time to define on submit function. Save this. Make sure we prevent action that occurs whenever user submits a form in a browser because by default the browser is going to try to submit that form itself. So in order to avoid that, let's pass an argument called event here and inside this function we are going to make a call to prevent defaults. Save this. Now we are going to make an actual request to our post service. We probably want to use the async await syntax inside this function rather than dealing with promises or callbacks or anything like that. So I am going to mark this function as being async. Now let's make a request with syntax await Axios dot post. We are going to make a post request to our post service and remember it is running on port 4000. Let's cross verify it. You can see here that we are inside post directory and it is running on port 4000. So let's type a URL here. As it is a post request, so we have to pass some body here. So as a second argument, we are going to pass title as a body along with this request. Save this. If you don't remember why we are sending body in this request, please check out my video on post service creation. Now, in the last, we are going to reset the title back to empty string as a good practice. So let's pass a blank string here. Save this. Now let's switch to browser and open development console inside browser by pressing F12. Click on console tab, clear it. Right now, if I run this code, we will get an error due to a very small thing. Let me show you that error. See, this is the error that we are getting in console. It is called course policy error. In the next video, I am going to tell you how can we fix this. Thanks for watching.